Hey everyone. Uh, Things are still kind of slow in the world. There's big things kind of happening, and none of them have hit yet. We got negotiations over the TPP and the TTIP, the big trade deals all over the place. People are still talking about Iran, the Iran deal. There's the presidential debate, the GOP primary tomorrow. So there's all kinds of things like kind of coming, but right now we're kind of just in this nice summer lull of not much going on. Uh, so sorry, I don't have much to tell you about. The big one, there's two big stories today. Number one, China claims, there's no independent verification or confirmation or anything, but China claims that they've stopped building islands in the South China Sea, which is like that's a big deal, because that was a really aggressive thing they were doing. It was pissing everybody off, especially us, because we like to think that we're the, rulers of the world and the seas and the air and all that sort of stuff. And they were sort of cutting in on our action. It particularly scared me because like that kind of buildup is the sort of thing Germany was doing before World War One, and I like to draw comparisons to 1910 or so. So it feels nice that at least they're saying now that they're not doing it anymore. Whether they actually are or not, we're gonna have to see. The other one is the SEC instituted a new rule requiring companies to disclose the ratio of what they pay their CEO to the median employee salary. It's kind of fucked up because the Dodd-Frank Act of 2010 had a provision that required companies to do this, but the SEC has been so kind of against it and divided on it. There's two Democratic members and three. I don't exactly know that they're Republican, but I know there's two Democrats, so I'm guessing three Republican. Uh, so basically, the three Republicans have been blocking it, and they just pushed through this version of it that a lot of people are very unhappy with. It's got a lot of loose, wiggle room for companies to distort things and hide things. But officially, companies will now have, well, not now, goes into effect in 2017, but companies will soon have to disclose how much more they're paying their CEOs than the average employee. Uh, Also in economic news, and this is one of the main reasons I'm bumping up the how good is the world number today. There's a lot of really strong numbers coming out of the service sector. If you don't know what the service sector is, it's not like service industry, like restaurant workers or whatever. It's the economy is broken into three groups. There's raw materials, and then there's manufacturing, and then on top there's services, which is like they sometimes call it the tertiary sector. And it's basically the most refined products, the most developed stuff. It's what like the rich countries do, as opposed to the poor colonial countries that just make mine the shit or whatever. And so America and China both had really strong service sector numbers today, which maybe makes me start thinking as a layman that kind of what's happening is not so much that Chinese and other economies are falling apart because they overgrew, but that they're just developing, and that it's a part of the natural development of a national economy. You go from raw resources to manufacturing, and then if you're lucky, you make it to doing service work. And maybe that's what's happening in China. It's kind of still too soon to say, but it makes me a little more optimistic. So that's good. And then also we got a new track from Macklemore, who apparently had a fucking kid. So congratulations to him. Check out the track. It's beautiful. Good old fashioned Macklemore telling you how to be a good person and shit. So yeah, good day today. I'm gonna call it a 78. We bump this all the way to 78. So check back tomorrow. See how we're doing tomorrow. Bye guys.